Welcome to Fresh, the show all about food, entertaining, design, and wellness. I'm Courtney Wallin, and on today's show we're going to be looking at some seniors on bikes, and not the bikes that you're thinking about, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. We're going to look at some cancer benefits that are going to be going on in the area in our design portion of the show, but right now we're going to talk food, and we're at one of my favorite locations and one of the, Indiana's favorite hot spots, Hacienda on Lincoln Way, with Gary White, the director of food and beverage here at Hacienda. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great, and it's one of my favorite restaurants. I love coming here. The food's amazing. The chips are good. Everything's good about it. And this location here has been open since 1978.
Yes, we'll be celebrating our 30th anniversary here this summer, June 14th.
Great. Well, we'll talk about that more, but we're going to make some fish tacos, so let's go ahead and get those started.
Okay. Well, this is what we hopefully end up with. This is something you could actually make at home, so I think people will enjoy this. We're going to use tilapia, and it's kind of a traditional beach food. The fish tacos, kind of Baja California. So let's get started on it.
All right, this is actually a dish that I have not gotten from here, and I think that I've almost cleared the menu, but this is not one that I've done, so I'm interested in seeing what goes into it.
Well, it's part of my job to make sure that you have new things to try. So.
Great. Well, I'm here to try it.
All right.
So we got some fish. What kind of fish is this?
It's a tilapia. It's a very mild white fish. It doesn't have a very strong fish flavor, so it's pretty popular with people that even don't really care for fish that much. So we put a little butter down on the grill, the thawed out fillets. These are 3 to 5 ounce fillets, so it makes a pretty good size portion for all of it. So we're going to let that cook for about 3 minutes, and we're going to flip it, and then we'll have a couple more minutes, and then we'll put it together.
All right. So, not such a fishy dish. If you like fish, but not too much, it's not overboard.
Yeah, it's nice for a spring, summer, kind of a little lighter fare. So, and if you don't want to eat the whole thing, you can take one home.
There you go. That's what I like to do. Leftovers, because you always eat all those amazing chips, and then you're too full to eat your meal, so you always have stuff to take home.
Yeah, we go through a lot of carry-out boxes.
Oh, I'm sure. Now, Hacienda, like we were saying, one of Indiana's hot spots. There's 12 locations. This one opened since 1978. It's an old home that was, it was built in 78, or it was built before that, but this opened as Hacienda in 78.
It opened as Hacienda in 78. It was a restaurant for a few years before that, but before that it was the Cam's family home who had the brewery behind here. So that was built around 1902, I think, right around 1900. So in this lovely kitchen that we're standing in, we just built this last year, and we're really, really happy to have this because those 29 years we were in this little kitchen that was the original kitchen of the house. So it was really cramped, but we're really happy to be here in this one now.
It's nice and big in here, and I bet that was a little cramped, but it's kind of unique. It was authentic to the area and to the building, and it was nice to be there.
There's over 30 years, we've had a lot of people engaged at the Hacienda. They've had children. Their children have come in and grown up in Hacienda, and we're a real local tradition. A lot of college kids, when they come home on break, well, where do we want to meet? Well, we'll meet at Hacienda. So
it is definitely a place that people like to come. And we were talking earlier before we started this segment that one of the things I appreciate most about Hacienda here is not just the food, but the advertising that goes into it, the marketing, the billboards that you see. I just crack up every time I go by. The one that's up right now is Mexican Love Handles, and it gets me every time.
Yeah, I helped with the photo shoot for that, and when I saw the title, I thought I was going to have to do some sort of...
No thanks, huh?
Yeah.
So
posing for that, but
the margaritas took care of that.
The margaritas stood in.
So you actually do the photo shoots here at this location, right?
We have. We'll go to a studio, but it's nice to have a kitchen to work out of too. So
now help me here with the locations that are here locally. We have the Johnson Street one in downtown Elkhart. We have Erskine Plaza, Grape Road, here in the 100 Center. And what other ones am I missing?
Did you mention Portage?
I didn't mention Portage.
Okay. Erskine. Then we have Michigan City, Goshen, Warsaw, Kokomo, and way at the other end of the state we have 3 in Evansville. So
They're all over the area, and it's so neat. And whenever I have people from out of town come, I always bring them to Hacienda because it is a local hot spot, and the food is amazing. You can't beat the quality and the customer service that's here, and it's just a good time. It's fun to be here.
Yep, it's well, this last weekend we finished up Cinco de Mayo, and that was a real blast. We had a lot of fun with that.
It always seems like something's upbeat going on here, and especially there's usually a birthday or 2 or 5 or 10 going on during your meal, so that's always fun to hear them sing.
Yeah. Well, after about the 6th time, you kind of wonder about.
Maybe not on your end.
Yeah.
So the fish is almost done here, it looks like.
We're going to. We flipped it. We put a little bit of what we call our Baja lime sauce on it, and that's basically mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, a little bit of garlic, and cumin, and lime juice, and that gives it kind of a Mexican tartar sauce. And then we're going to heat up the tortillas, kind of soften them up, bring out the flavor. And we use 2 tortillas per taco because they're kind of messy, so kind of helps them hold together.
I appreciate that, because even if you put 5, I'm still going to be messy, but it still helps. Now, I'm going to put the mic up to this because I like to hear the sizzle. The viewers hear the sizzle here. It is talking, and it smells good. It looks good.
The tortillas, you just want to warm them up. If you leave them on too long, they get hard and not so good for what we're doing here. If they've puffed, they're certainly done. So
that was real quick.
Yep, doesn't take very long on that. So we're gonna move over to our plate. Actually, that plate. Get you working here too.
There we go. Next to hand.
The Baja lime sauce makes it, as far as I'm concerned, so we put some of that on each tortilla.
I'm a big fan of sauces, so whatever has sauce in there, I'm a happy camper.
And break up the fish a little bit.
They do get really warm back here.
Yeah.
This is really hot.
Yep. That was another benefit moving in here, is we did actually get to get some better air conditioning.
I bet.
Now we'll finish up with a little bit of cabbage on each one. Not too much, you just want the crunch in there. And we're going to stand those up, and we garnish the plate then with a little bit more cabbage and some of our pineapple salsa. Pineapple, jalapenos, red onions, red peppers, and away we go.
Those are some of my favorite things, which makes an amazing salsa. Amazing.
And that's your fish tacos.
Easy as that. It looks wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Gary, for being with us. I'm sure we're going to chow down on this if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much. And if you haven't been out to Hacienda, which I'm sure you are, come visit your local location nearest you. They're all over the place. Check out the billboards. Have a good time. Bring friends and family down to Hacienda. We'll be back after a short break, so stay tuned.